So if I were out saving the world, I wouldn't find Christ on most days because Jesus would be waiting for me in the laundry room. He'd be waiting for me in the kitchen, and I'd be out doing something else. So I couldn't advance into holiness the way I should be. It will be in your vocation. You know, when you see most of us in our lives, we'll do the same things day after day after day. Right? Every day we'll get up, we'll cook the same dinners, we'll go to the same job, we'll drive reasonably the same car, take care of the same people. Right? Okay, that's where you'll become a saint. Don't take it for granted. No day is a throwaway day. Every day counts. You know when you see a stone on the beach and it's very smooth? You pick it up and it's very smooth, you know? That didn't happen overnight. But it happened. It was the little waves. Maybe a big wave threw it up on the beach, and that would be like your conversion. If you were away from the church, you converted. That was a big wave, right? And you maybe landed hard on the beach. And then you had rough edges, and these little waves smoothed out the rough edges. You'll become a saint because of your commitment to your daily duty. That's how you become a saint. What we can give Jesus is a great gift, and that is the gift of attentiveness. Sometimes we careen through life. We're going so fast. But heaven isn't going fast. And if you are going fast, when I am going fast, I'm not attentive and I'm missing the plot. I can get more done, but people aren't loved. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe dinner doesn't have to be perfect, but my family members need eye contact with me. They need me to go slowly and look them in the eye and love them. That's what heaven is asking you to do. Look at each other and love each other. And go slower. Reduce the amount of activities. And keep reducing until you become recollected in Christ. Jesus is not asking you to do more than you can handle. That's not coming from Jesus. Where's that coming from? The other side. The enemy wants you to go faster and faster and faster. And we begin to pant on the inside. And, we don't have peace to offer each other. So we resist that temptation. So those things help us climb the mountain, the sacraments, discipline, loving each other. Now, we have to look at today. Think of you're on this mountain climbing, and you have a backpack. If you have 100 pounds in your backpack, oh my gosh, you'll have trouble. How many here have ever climbed hills or mountains? Isn't it true you always brought too much initially? And you thought, oh, this was a bad idea. And there's a book about a guy who did the Appalachian Trail. And half of the day into it, he starts throwing stuff out of his backpack. And of course, throws some of the things he needs. But don't consider what is it making it harder for you to be holy. And then get rid of those things. Whatever is interfering, maybe unforgiveness. If you're bitter about something, then you need to give that to the Lord. Those things need to go. Any addictions need to go. When we are in heaven, any materialism, any attachments to materialism. Do you know what I think is a very difficult thing for people that slows them down is caring about what other people think of them. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you but Christ. Be free of this. Be liberated from this. Don't worry about what anyone thinks. They're going to get it wrong. They're going to get it wrong. If they think you're wonderful, they're probably wrong. If they think you're evil, they're probably wrong. Probably you, like me, are somewhere in the middle, working it out, doing your best. So let go of what other people think of you. Oh, if I could give you a gift today, that's the gift I would give you. So we'll ask Jesus to liberate everybody here from what anybody thinks of them. We'll work better if we have detachment from the opinions of others. So we climb our mountain. I'll tell you a story. Once I was in the hospital in Ireland, and at the end I was in a ward, and it was a 6-bed ward. 6 of us were together in the ward, and so it was a very big room. And at the end of the room was a wall of windows, really big windows, floor to ceiling. And this hospital is in a rural setting, country setting, compared to, this city. And so the view was so beautiful. And part of this apostolate, part of the experience the Lord allowed me were experiences of heaven. And so I have these in my heart. And so as I was looking out the window, I could see the sun setting. And it was glorious. And as I watched this sunset, I was transported in my soul. I rested in God as the creator. Because by watching this, you could see the nature of God. By studying these natural events, you can see God's nature. So orderly, so beautiful. And so I was transfixed by this. And I was thinking about the people in heaven, our brothers and sisters who have gone before us. And I was thinking, now they're watching this from another angle. And what are they thinking? What are in their hearts? What joy are they experiencing? It was just so beautiful. And someone came up and stood next to me as I watched this sunset. And he said, "These windows are shockingly filthy." And I burst out laughing. I didn't notice the streaks on the window. I didn't even see them. I didn't even see the streaks on the window because I was so caught up in the drama of God the Creator and what was taking place in God's universe. And I'm telling you that this is how Jesus sees each one of you. Jesus looks at you. He doesn't see the streaks. He looks right past the streaks, and he is caught up in the drama of what is taking place in your soul, this movement to holiness that is so beautiful and so deeply personal between you and Jesus Christ. That's what Jesus sees. Don't get hung up on the streaks. Jesus is in you. He's with you. Everything is okay with you. We all have work to do, of course. We stipulate to the fact that we have work to do. And Jesus knew we would have work to do, so he gave us confession. What a blessing that is in our faith, these sacramental graces of confession. And if you walk past the confessional, it's like saying, I don't need those graces. I see confession this way. I see that in the confessional, Jesus looks, who knows us so well. Jesus is the only one who knows you inside and out. And at any given moment in your life, the Lord looks at you and he knows exactly what you need. He knows exactly what graces you need to console you, to direct you, to minister to you, strengthen you. And he puts them in a package. And he gives them to the priest for you in the confessional.